Welcome to lesson 9. In this lesson we're going to add type to 3 different projects. You will see the different things that you will have when you open up the starting document for lesson 9. Once you open that up, we are going to click File, Save As, and we're going to name this one Hardware Store underscore ads, and then your last name. Hardware store underscore ads and your last name. Save it, click OK, and then you should see the new name right up here in your screen. So let's, as we normally do, let's go up here and we're going to restore or reset. So click, if yours will do better than mine, Window and Workspace, and we're going to reset Essentials so we're all in the same spot. So type features are some of the most powerful in Illustrator. You can create columns and rows of text, place text, flow text into a shape or along a path, work with letter forms as graphic objects, and more. In Illustrator, you can create text in 3 main ways: point type, area type, and type on a path. Point type is a horizontal or vertical line of text that begins where you click and expands as you enter characters. Each line of text is independent. The line expands or shrinks as you edit, but it doesn't form multiple lines unless you add a paragraph return or a soft return. Entering text this way is perfect for small amounts of text, like a headline or text on a button. Next, you'll add some heading text using point type. So we're going to go down here and we are going to choose one vertical, and then choose View, Fit Art and Artboard if you need to, or Fit Artboard in Window if yours isn't fitting like mine. So you're going to add some text below the building illustration. So select the Type tool, over here this T. Click, but don't drag below the building. So just click and type RJ Hardware. RJ Hardware. If you saw lorem ipsum when you first started type, that's just placeholder text that you can replace. So select there's the bell. Select the selection tool and shift and drag the lower right bounding point to make the text much larger. So I'm going to hold down the shift key and I'm going to drag to the right. If you scale point type without the shift key held down, the text stretches when you resize it this way. So practice by selecting the type tool again and clicking to add more text. So select the text tool again. We're going to click and we're going to type "Making Your Home Beautiful." Making your home beautiful. Select the selection tool and then hold down shift key and drag to make it about as wide as the other text. As you go through this chapter, you're going to refine the appearance of this text and get it into place, so don't worry about where it is now. Area type uses the edges of an object like a rectangle to control how text flows either horizontally or vertically. When text reaches an edge, it automatically wraps to fit inside the object. Entering text in this way is useful when you want to create one or more paragraphs, such as for a poster or a brochure. To create type with the Type tool, you drag where you want the text, which creates an area type object, also called type object, text box, text area, or text object. Next, you'll create some area type and add a heading to the ad. Choose horizontal 2. And with the Type tool selected, move the pointer into the faint this box that you see here, we're going to press and drag to create a small type object that's about 100 pixels in width and 100 in height. So we're going to click here, and you notice as you drag you'll see numbers, and we're trying to get 100 by 100 or somewhere close to that. Don't worry if it's not perfect. 100. Close enough. Well, by default, area type objects are filled with selected placeholder text that you can replace with your own. So let's click View, and then we're going to zoom in. There you go. With the placeholder text selected, we're going to type your local home repair specialists. No period. Notice how the text wraps horizontally to fit within the type object. Select the selection tool and drag the lower right bounding point to the left and then back to the right to see how it wraps but doesn't resize. So if you drag this over, you see how it will wrap it but it doesn't resize the text. You can drag any of the 8 bounding points on the type object to resize it. Drag the lower right bounding point to make the type object shorter so that you can still see all of the text and it wraps like thus. So I'm going to let's do it about like that. Double click the text to switch to the type tool after you've done that. Put the cursor before the word repair and press Shift and return or Shift and enter. Shift return. Soft return keeps the lines of text in a single paragraph rather than breaking it into 2 paragraphs. Later, when you apply paragraph formatting, this can make applying the formatting easier. If you have this occur like I did, what that means is your text is not fitting in your box. So I'm going to select my selection tool and make this bigger. So if that happened to you, just do that. I messed up. I did. I know you'll find that hard to believe. I'm going to do. All right. Press the Shift return. Shift return. When you press Shift return, it's not going to actually do anything. It breaks the line. So if I did it twice, is why mine did that. So this, I did that, but you didn't see it do anything. So let's select the selection tool and drag this up above that little box that it was in. Sorry for the mess up. I know you're shocked. You can easily convert a text object from area type to point type and vice versa. This can be useful if you type a headline by clicking, which creates point type, but later want to resize it and add more text without stretching the text inside. Next, you'll convert a type object from point type to area type. With the type tool selected, let's go to select our type tool. To the right of the RJ hardware logo, we're going to click to add some point type. So we're just going to click and we're going to type 215 Grand Street. I'm going to put a bullet type insert. So we need to put a bullet type and insert special character. Go to symbols and then bullet. Let's put a bullet right there, and then hometown USA, and 555 dash 555 dash 5555. Alright, so we put a bullet right there between those. Notice the text keeps going. We need to have the text wrap in different ways, so area type might be a better choice in this case. Press the escape key to select the selection tool. Move the pointer over the annotator off the right edge, that's this right here, of the type object. A hollow end on it means it's a point type. When the pointer changes to this, double click and it converts it to area type. The annotator end should now be filled. You see how this circle is filled with blue before it was not. And then drag the lower right bounding point to wrap the text with the N. So let's do this. We want to drag it. Oops, I want to drag it. Hang on. We want it to look like that. 215 Grand Street, Hometown, USA, 555 down below it. All right, so I think this would be a great time to end this video. Before we do that, let's click File and then Save to make sure we're all in the same spot.